I've got some takeout, and I'm gonna walk you through how I count the carbs, bolus, and eat takeout with type 1 diabetes. Obviously, all takeout is different. There are like literally takeout could be anything. I'm gonna show you how I go through and count the carbs for things that I don't have a nutrition facts label for. If we haven't met, hey, my name's Meg. I've had type 1 diabetes for 25 years. I have my master's in nutrition and food science, and I am 2 weeks away from finishing my dietetic internship, which is the second to last step before my exam to become a registered dietitian. I love food. I don't love diabetes, but I have figured out a way to live my life with it. And so I want to share this to show you that you can eat anything with diabetes, including foods that might be a little bit uncertain when it comes to the carb counts. This takeout food is from a Vietnamese restaurant. I have eaten there before, but I haven't gotten this combination of food before. So I'm really walking you through eating this for the first time, all of these items together. So as my appetizer, I've got this shrimp rice roll. It's got like rice noodles, you can kind of see it. It's actually pretty big, like there's a lot of noodles in there. So this definitely has a good carb count to it, and then there's the rice paper around it. There are some veggies in there, there is some shrimp in there. And then the two sauces that I got, this is like a soy sauce vinaigrette, and then this one is a sweet and spicy sauce. So I'm assuming this one definitely has some carbs in it. This vinaigrette, probably not as many. There's probably a little bit of a sweetness in it just to, you know, make it taste better. But overall for this, I think I'm gonna go for about 20 carbs. And then I'm gonna say with the sauces, I'm gonna round that up to 25. I don't know if I'm gonna eat this whole thing either, but I'm gonna say 25 in total for this. So that's where I'm starting off, and that's what I'm gonna put in my pump right now because I'm gonna eat this first. Also, it's not just what I'm eating, it's also all the other things going on. So right now, my blood sugar is 102. And not only am I looking at what my blood sugar is, but I'm also looking at the trend. So I've actually been kind of hovering a little bit lower multiple times today, which just means that I'm a little bit more insulin sensitive today. So because of that, I'm not going to give a pre-bolus because I've gone low probably 2 or 3 times today, and I just want to be on the safer side. And because my blood sugar is not above my target, I don't really need that pre-bolus with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start here with the 25 carbs. Eat this, see how I'm feeling hunger-wise after I finish my roll, and then I'll take you guys through the rest of the meal. The reason that I'm not going through the rest of the meal yet is I don't even know how hungry I'm gonna be for that. And this is something that I can definitely have leftovers for, this other part of the meal. I don't think I'd really want shrimp after a day. So I'm gonna enjoy this first and then evaluate where I am later. Oh man, this is falling apart. 25 carbs definitely feels right. I think if I was a little bit more resistant today with my blood sugars, I probably would have gone a little bit more because there is a lot of rice noodles in this, but where I've been all day today, a little bit more sensitive, I feel like 25 is really good for this. This has just fallen apart as I've been eating it, but it's so good. I still have most of the sauces left, and obviously a bunch of crumbs from the noodles that did not make it, that fell out. So I just kind of like assumed still that it's gonna be 25. I don't really worry too much. If I was kind of anticipating not to have the whole sauce, but still this one was really sweet, so I still think adding at least 5 for those was a good call. On to the main meal. It's been about 20 minutes. I was watching a show, so I got a little distracted. My blood sugars dropped to 92 in the past 20-ish minutes. So we've come down by like 10 points. So I'm glad I didn't do a pre-bolus. I don't really think I needed it at all. And now we're gonna dive into the main dish. We've got our broth. And then all of this, veggies, rice noodles, crispy tofu. So all of this, carb counting wise, I don't think I'm gonna eat the whole thing. There's a lot of noodles here. I don't know if you can see. I just think that all of this together, again, I do this pretty intuitively. Just based on past experience, I kind of know what I think it's gonna be. I'd say all of this together is probably about 40 carbs. 40 carbs, that feels right. But I know I'm not gonna eat the whole thing. So 40 carbs would definitely send me low, especially being a little bit more insulin sensitive today. And so I think I'm gonna go with another 20 carbs here. My philosophy for having things that I'm not exactly sure how to bolus for is aim and adjust. I'm gonna get as close as I can. And then if I need a few, Skittles or Starburst or something to bring me up, then I'll have that. Or if I need a little bit more insulin, I'll have that. But I'm pretty good at guesstimating just because I do it so much. I eat out and I practice, and I don't see failure as failure. I see failure as feedback, and then I try again. So we're gonna do 20 for this and we'll see what happens. It smells so good. Okay, I'm done. I thought I was gonna end up eating all the rice noodles, so I put them all in because I was kind of, I was like, oh, maybe I can eat them all. And then I had like 2 more bites and realized I am actually really full now. So I've put the rest of the veggies in here and I'm just gonna have this tomorrow. But I'm glad that I went with 45 total for the whole meal, because I think if I would have bolus for everything, I didn't end up eating it all. So I definitely would have gone low. My blood sugar right now is back to 102. So it is coming up a little bit right now, but it's not a fast rise or anything. So I feel pretty good about this. Just to talk a little bit more about nutrition wise with this meal and other diabetes things that I forgot to mention. This meal also has a ton of fiber and it's got good protein. So you have protein in the shrimp from the shrimp wraps at the beginning, and you have a ton of fiber from the veggies, and then there is the tofu that was in here that I definitely ate all of. And so that is also going to help slow the rise, which helps me not need a pre-bolus. I know pre-bolus is this thing that we always strive to get. I think that's pretty common when people are like looking to focus on getting better blood sugars. It's like, oh, I just need to pre-bolus more. But I really think pre-bolusing, if you're eating like good fiber, good protein with your meals, and if you're starting at a number that's within range, I don't usually make pre-bolusing this like huge focus. If I can get it in, sure, great. But like, for example, with this meal, I started eating about now 40 minutes ago and I still haven't had a rise over 102. So it's not always something that I need. It's about an hour since I gave the second bolus. So about an hour and a half from when I gave the first bolus. And my blood sugar is at 129. You can see too that it's starting to come back down. So I assume that it's already hit kind of its peak around, maybe it was like 130 that it hit. So again, this is with no pre-bolus. Obviously I've been a little more insulin sensitive today, which has helped, but just goes to show when you have protein, when you have fiber, and I kind of ate it slowly, I didn't need the pre-bolus. Again, pre-bolus can be great. I don't want to say that it's not, but I don't do it every time. It's not like a standard that I just do all the time. So I'm happy with this, and I'll check in another hour just to show you if anything else happens. Obviously it is much later now. It's about 9 o'clock, which is I think like 3 hours after I ate. I'll make a note if it's not 3 hours. Anyway, my blood sugar is 101. I did dip down a little bit here. I was kind of cleaning the house and I took out my trash, and so there was some walking probably at the peak time of my insulin. So I did go down a little bit. I think the lowest I was maybe like 70, maybe into the high 60s, but I never felt really low, so I didn't do anything for that. Actually, that's not true. I just lied. I did have a small piece of chocolate, but it wasn't really to bring up a low. It was because I wanted that small piece of chocolate. And so I had that, and now my blood sugar is at 101. So yay. Overall, like, I probably have another hour with a little bit of insulin on board. My blood sugar, there is like a little bit of a downward trend right now. You can see that. But because I don't have like a ton of strong insulin on board, I don't think it's really gonna do much, especially because I had a little bit of that low. So there was probably some pausing with my Omnipod 5 in the background. So I feel good about this. Thanks for spending this evening with me. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let me know if you like these kinds of videos going like more specific with one meal versus a full day vlog, because I can definitely make more. Let me know what kind of foods you want me to try and kind of work through. So thank you for being here and being part of this community, and I'll see you soon.